oil hog action. Alrighty, for today's video, I'm gonna go to the scrapyard and then on the way home do some dumpster diving. Call this little type of video a round trip video. I have a whole playlist of round trip videos. It's a pretty good description of how I would do things if I weren't a YouTube maker and I was just relying just on doing this for money. This is a pretty good example of how it could work. If I did it while the scrapyards were open, conceivably I could go out and scavenge on the way home. And there's another scrapyard here, so I could go to that scrapyard, scavenge on the way back to that scrapyard, get another load off, and then come back here. It's perpetual motion. You could just do that non-stop if you really wanted to, but this is just a load of garbage. Nothing sensational, nothing fancy, no huge amounts of money. Cheap scrap metal. Now if you start getting into copper, lots of copper and brass, then it's huge money. Let's get to it, I guess. There's one thing I need to talk about is I've always been wanting to say, like, if you come across the electric motor, like transformers and microwaves and stuff, it's really not worth it to sit down and scrap them out, but that's kind of changing now, right? With the price of copper and commodities going up. You know, if it skyrockets, that definitely changes. But the thing about that is all the prices, all the different metals are like on a sliding scale, right? Like tin and steel might go down, and copper might go up, and the price of electric motors might go down. So it's all the different prices. So the most important thing is, like, electric motors. If copper's at $3.10 a pound and electric motors are at 15 cents a pound, that's when it would make more sense to scrap the copper out. But if copper's at $3.10 a pound and electric motors jerk up to 25, 30 cents a pound and copper's still at $3.10, well, then you're just wasting your time, right? So that's kind of a big example, but that all those different metals, because when you take the copper out of the metal, the tin and the steel goes way down in price, right? It gets less valuable because there's no copper on it. So they're all on sliding scales, and it's always, depending on the prices, there's varying levels of being practical to do it and not practical to do it. So we'll go down to Scapyard, we'll check out the prices, right? And the price is right. And I'll check out the menu down there and we'll see if what the prices are, right? The most important price is the electric motors, right? But I know I say things sometimes and then the prices drastically change, and the things I said before are actually wrong at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's all situational and whatnot. But anyways, to stop blabbing, let's get to it. The playlist is down. If you like this video, the playlist will be down in the description, and it'll also be up here right now. See that little link right there if you want to check out this whole playlist. That's how I get away with using a little vehicle. It's kind of a perpetual motion machine, right? Perpetual motion system. Okay, let's get to it. I swing by the Freetail store. Check for tip action. There we go. That's what we're talking about, folks. That's not a pinching tip. That's a gripper tip. Appreciate that. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 something. 6 or so, and then 750, give or take. Thank you. I was expecting more. Well, you know what? Actually, a lot of that's gone. That little hoverboard is still in there. I should probably just take that hoverboard to the scrapyard right now. Wonder how many ankles and legs have been broken, tailbones and knees tore up. Appreciate that person that took the time to put that stuff up there. And if you don't know what the Freetail store is, it's a curb a Freetail store. Looks like we got an extra state in there. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not sure which one the 11th one was. Was it Washington? And we're over 1/5 of the way there. This is a Freetail store where people just come and snatch this stuff up when I put it in here. I got a Freetail store playlist down in the description as well, and right there in that link if you would like to check that out. The combo to this is in the Freetail store videos, but as you can see it's locked in the open position, so you just gotta come here and open the door. That's just a dummy lock. This scrap metal isn't worth a whole lot, but on the way home from the scrapyard we're gonna do some scavenging. On the way home I'm gonna probably find in between $5 to maybe $500 worth of sellable, usable stuff. And scrap metal is just kind of something you take. It's kind of like the grease that keeps the machine going. $5 to $500. Either way, the electricity bill is getting paid, and the car's not getting repoed, or your house isn't getting foreclosed on, or you know what I'm saying. So some people, this could be like a safety net to some people out there. Might sound ridiculous, but some people might do it for fun. Some people might do this to save their house. We hear about all these terrible economic problems going on, right? Blah 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 blah. You live in a country where you can drive across town and you're likely to make $100 in a few hours just looking in the garbage. So sounds kind of stupid, but you know, if you gotta save your house, who cares what you gotta do, right? Start this off with the tin shred. That's basically your garbage metals. Where I live, you can pretty much dump a bunch of junk in there like so. I see some comments, people in other countries saying they couldn't scrap some of this stuff. I think it's because of the plastic. I'm thinking probably the plastic, right? But anyways, that's tin shred. I got some short steel here. Tin shred and short steel are basically the same thing. Short steel is just a thicker metal, right? These big bolts. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's 1/8 of an inch or something like that. Something like that anyway. These with scrapping, there's all kinds of different levels you can do. If you wanted to work 12 hours a day scrapping, you could do it. Like there's silver alloy in there you could go after. And I'm not sure, this isn't from the electrician's shop, this is from somewhere else, but I'm just gonna throw those in my tin shed. I still have all those 1 circuit breakers for a project one day. But some communications wire that's in between number 1 and number 2. Number 2 insulated copper wire, see that? Number 1 insulated copper wire, see that? Big chunky stuff. And then I got some copper here, copper tidbits here, little copper pipe, little copper wire. They would call that Bear Bright if you had a bunch of it. But got some brass here. Most scrap yards you will need to clean this up, get all that plastic off there, but this scrap yard will just give me brass for that whole thing. Got some bags of cans. I got an empty bucket, a smaller empty bucket, a bucket of aluminum. Got like electrical conduits, and a piece of the vacuum cleaner handle, Swiffer handle, and aluminum doodad, stainless steel here, stainless steel sink, little pot. I hate scrapping stuff like that. It's so nice, but oh well. Stainless steel. I'll probably get dirty stainless steel for that because there's pieces of metal on there. And this is neoprene. I'm gonna throw this in with the aluminum breakage. Some scrap yards you might say neoprene and they might have no idea what you're talking about. But, aluminum wire with plastic insulation. This will probably go as tin shred. If you wanted to clean this down, you could get a motor out of there. You could probably get aluminum for these zinc alloy, aluminum alloy blade bracket thingies, holders, if you wanted to clean that up. All sorts of different stuff. You could just clean and clean and clean. This is gonna go as aluminum breakage. See, that piece is gonna go as aluminum now. So there's just all kinds of stuff you could do. You could just break stuff down all day long if you wanted. I could clean all the plastic off there, get clean aluminum for that if I wanted. The breakage, this car part would be hard. It's got steel stuck in it and stuff. So aluminum breakage with that. More tin shred. And I think that's it. Oh, check this out. I've been meaning to get rid of these. I don't know. Found some live ammo in here. Got some shotgun shells. It's getting rusty. That might be dangerous. Got some live bullets. So I don't know. Most scrapyards might take these. I might not take this stuff, but I don't know if it's a safe place you can really get rid of this. But I know these guys that work here will take this stuff. I don't know what they're gonna do with it exactly. They'll probably just use it themselves. But anyways, careful with this stuff. Carry that around a load of scrap metal, it's liable to get ignited, right? But okay, so I'm gonna go see what this is worth. Oh, thanks to the people that were saying this stuff's worth money. I should have googled it. I haven't looked, but people were saying you can sell these on eBay. It's pretty good money. This scrapyard doesn't take lead. That's a lead wheel weight, and so I'm gonna keep that out of the scrap pile. I should have googled it. I'm willing to believe that that's worth some money though. I don't think it's very old though. Alrighty, where are we at here? Ooh, #1 copper's up to 330. Electric motors, 20 cents. Right, so that's a decent gap. So if motors went up to 40 cents and copper remained in that ballpark, you'd be doing work you don't need to do. You know what I'm saying? But at 20 cents, 330. You know, maybe you clean them up. This is just for the small little motors, like transformers out of microwaves and the small kind of stuff you see me find. A big electric motor just got, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of copper in it. You know, you go ahead and take an hour or two to do that. You make big money. I'm just talking about that little stuff you see in my videos. So everything's situational in the scrap world. How'd we do here? #1 insulated copper, 2 pounds for $3.70. #2 insulated copper, 7 pounds for $8.05. That's at $1.15 a pound. I think that might be the highest I've ever seen it. That's nice. Well, we might be dealing with a copper shortage, folks. If you're interested, if you want to Google it. Cat 5K with a communications wire, that white stuff, is up to 90 cents a pound. 1 pound, 90 cents. Clean aluminum, 2 pounds, 70 cents. Stainless steel, 2 pounds, 80 cents. That zinc, stainless breakage, 15 cents a pound, 9 pounds, $1.35. Pound of clean cans, aluminum cans, 50 cents. #2 copper pipe. That was that little grip of copper I had. 1 pound, $3.10. #2 copper would be like stuff stuck to it, like those brass nuts and solder and paint and corrosion. And #1 copper is like the clean, shiny copper stuff, right? 3 pounds of brass, that faucet sink, $5.40. Pound of short steel, 9 cents. Aluminum breakage, 8 pounds for 60. 6 pounds for 60 cents. 28 pounds of tin, 5 cents a pound for $1.40. Total of $26.59. that's not a bad little load. You can see that copper and that brass. That's the stuff that adds up in a hurry, right? Okay, let's get to Scavenging on the way home. Paintball rig status update. That's a paintball machine. He's slowly putting it together. It's got nighttime vision cameras on there, and speakers, audio, and who else? I don't know what these other gadgets are. Other cameras, got cameras on all sides. It's pretty wild. It's an exciting start. A little aluminum griddle. There's actually some aluminum bars in there, isn't there? What do you think about that? Vertical blind, like balconies, glass door blind holders. Nice extruded aluminum on the griddle. So on our first stop, we're already over $5, we think. Of course, if you use a car or a truck, you will be on a need to pay for gas sliding scale, you know. You go 20 miles, what's that cost you? $3? Anyways, so lots of times when I get back, I have a load that looks almost just like the load I took to the scrapyard. So this is fairly similar. There's the brass faucet sink faucet, and I'm running low on battery, so I might grab some stuff and I'll show it to you. That's a nice little light fixture. Got myself 3 new little light bulbs, two light bulbs I can use for myself, and there we go. Little brass nuggets. How you doing?
Good.
Appreciate it. Sorry about that. Just check it for change and jewelry and stuff, or what?
Yeah.
Huh? You already got it out?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. You see me passing up some of this cheaper tin. It's not really worth a whole lot. I don't want to getting filled up with cheap tin metal. It's not a good idea for the way I do stuff. But stuff like that, you know, worth a couple pennies. It's not really taking up room, you know. These Farkles. Farkle season's among us. Here, Farkle, Farkle, Farkle. Here, Farkle, Farkle, Farkle. Those people taking those couches, that furniture out, that's where a lot of these Farkles come from. Here, Farkle, Farkle. I don't know if the Farkle call helps or not, but they fall out of that pocket change falls out of them couches, right? They turn them couches upside down and stuff. And whatever's in them couches is coming out, right? Well, not all of it, but it's coming out of other things too, you know. Flirting with our first gem. Not quite. The first one I saw, it's kind of dirty, nasty, gross. We'll leave that one where it's at. When I first saw it, I thought we might have had a first little value score, but there might be a little money in that. That's a vintage type, like flying joystick deal. Aircraft controller. Some of those things can be pretty surprising, right? As far as being valuable, you know what I mean? Pretty surprising, some of that vintage computer video game stuff. What in the world is going on here? Look at that. How did that happen? Did you see that? How is that possible? That's a wild fish. I think a bird took it out of the creek. What do you think? A bird took it out of the creek and it stopped here. What do you think? Another vacuum cleaner down there. Have you seen enough vacuum cleaner cords already? I think we'll end our vacuum cleaner cord segment. Sometimes I hear myself talk while I'm editing the videos. Sometimes two words become one and it sounds like I'm slurring. Lazy lip. Wow, look at that. I've never seen a circuit board in a controller. That's a wireless Sony PlayStation controller. Look at the gold plate on that. That's a valuable little circuit board. I mean, it's not like super expensive, but for its size, it's got some gold on there. That might be, well, it feels like gold plate. It might be gold flashing, but regardless, it's gold. That's a gold circuit board. I think that's gold plate, actually. Lots of the new stuff will be gold plate, you know, or gold flashing, which is just gold plate but less gold. See those gold plated pins on there, and get this piece of handkerchief off there. A little bit of gold on there. Huh. This has been rained on. I found some other clothing drops. Oh, it's a pit bull. Hi, Pooch. You a nice Pooch? You are? You're not gonna rip my leg off or nothing? Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You a friendly Pooch? I'm a friendly Pooch. I'm a friendly Pooch. Never know, never do know. Just be grateful that dog has a nice master, yeah. These pit bulls are so strong and capable of damage, you know. Alrighty, what's it? Hey, look at it. You cannot escape me, Mr. Copper. I'm not only a professional farkle hunter, I'm also a skilled copper catcher. Your random leather jacket. That's a pretty nice one. CK Calvin Klein. That might be our first value score. Let's make sure. Let's make sure it's not damaged before I start yapping. It's got some dirt on it, but that's not damaged. It'll wipe off, and I think that's our first value score of the day. What do you think? It's dirt. It's nothing bad. It's not mold. Not mold. So that's nice. That's our first gem of the day. What do you think about that? Here's your random Calvin Klein leather jacket. It's chilling. I think it's leather. It might be a faux leather. It feels like leather. Hey, look at that. That's some low-grade copper wire right there. I just told you, Mr. Copper Wire, I'm a skilled copper catcher. That's a fairly early model of flat screen TV. That's the one that'll have, that's the kind that'll have little chunky transformers I was talking about earlier. Little transformers with little bits of copper. I saw a Farkle around here. As you can see, there it is. I pulled up here once, right? That's how I do these videos. I pull up. If I see something, I turn the camera on, do a little loop-de-loop, come back in. See? Figure I better explain that. Someone in the comment section is gonna say, hey, I see a tire tracks. You planted that stuff there. This is what it looks like, though. What size is it? Medium. That's nice. I like that. I know a lot of people out there don't like the animal products. I wouldn't mind a fake leather coat, but a real leather coat, it's already been made, no matter how you want to look at it. I've just come to the opinion that it's better to be used than thrown in the garbage, right? That's even more disrespectful, right? Hi, Gold. How you doing, Gold? Huh? I guess that you're doing a good job, dude. In that yard mode. Check out this car over here. Hey, you mind if I put that on my YouTube video?
Do what?
You mind if I show that on my YouTube video? Huh?
Yeah, it's on.
Is it? Does it run?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Get ready to go for a ride.
That's up in Springdale, isn't it? Up in, I used to see it up in Springdale,
Yeah,
right?
it used to be,
Yeah. Did you buy it from him?
Yeah.
You did? That thing's awesome, man.
Thanks, man.
These little Oryx are nice little vacuums. They might have some money value in there. But I'm just gonna scrap it. There's a nice electric motor in there. I just said I was done with the vacuum cleaners, didn't I? That one's a little different, but those vacuum cleaners are a little better. There's a chunky motor in there. These must be powerful little guys. The Oryx are a step up from plastic Walmart stuff. I don't know. Can you buy Oryx at Walmart? Anyways, Oryx, good brand. You've seen enough vacuum cleaners. Got a whole mess of vacuum cleaner cores. That's not bad. What do you think? Does that qualify for the Vulture vault? I put these in the Freetail store and people reuse them. These canvases, paint over them. But I think that's going to Vulture vault. It's not bad. It's not bad. What do you think? I like the colors. I think it's got some age to it. You see the cracks in the paint? Anyways, and then a little handy dandy Walmart Women's Resource Council bottle. These bottles, these metal bottles, they're sometimes you see how much they cost and it's ridiculous. And I got a ceiling fan motor. So remember I was saying sometimes I go back to the storage unit and the load I took in, it almost looks like the load I took in. The load I bring back, it looks like the load I took in. These pieces of aluminum are ceiling fan mount apparatus steelies, and then a whole mess of copper cores today. And let's see here. North Face, look at it. North Face, I didn't know it's a North Face. I'd have grabbed it sooner. North Face, good brand. What do you think? We'll have that. Oh, it's got some stains, but that's good Freetail swag leg. North Face is a good brand. It's clean. Looks like someone got laid their arm down in a wet paint or something. What do you think? Alrighty then. I need to make a thumbnail. What do you think? Round trip action. So what do you think about that? So exactly as predicted, in between $500 and $500. What do you think? I've been watching that Bitcoin stuff. There's a guy on there that always says exactly as predicted. He gives two different outcomes, up or down, and every day he says exactly as predicted. it's awful. Anyways, for those of you that are not familiar with Bitcoin like I wasn't, 4 or 5 months ago, you might want to take a look at it. I've seen a comment the other day. It's something new, right? We don't understand new things. Long story short, might spark your interest real quick. I know people don't like hearing about it. What Bitcoin is, as simple as possible as I can explain it. Bitcoin is a global, massive supercomputer. Okay, so I know a lot of people just went, what? Bitcoin's a massive global supercomputer? It might be the biggest computer in the world, I'm not sure exactly, but there's other products like Ethereum. It's a global supercomputer. That's what these things are. So you're in the early days, be careful. It's a bit like the Wild West, some of the products out there, but the big names like Bitcoin, Ethereum, you might want to have a look. If you could have bought a little piece of the internet 40 years ago, would you have liked to do it? Anyways, that's it. global supercomputers. That's an interesting way to just describe it to someone that doesn't know nothing. What do you think? I wish somebody would have said that to me 4 years ago. I'd be a gazillionaire right now, basically. My Bitcoin Street channel link is down in the description. I have a Bitcoin link. I'm just learning and sharing things and figuring it all out. Lots of scammers around there. Wherever there's tons of money, you will find thieves and scammers. So don't trust anyone. Get familiar with what's going on. And anyway, it's just something to look into. If you want to check out my Bitcoin Street channel, I can get you a little familiarized with it. Watch out for the scammers. Anyways, that's how round trip action is done. And why is there a piece of fluorine stuck on the top of that door there? That's a weird looking sight. This guy's a fluorine guy. Oh, that's weird looking. Round trip action, like I said at the beginning, down in the description if you want to see other round trips. Not a bad little session, as always. Thanks for watching. Late thumb.